What if the air you breathe at home could feel as crisp as a mountain morning without wrecking your HVAC or your wallet? Stick around, because the best filter for your system might not be the one you think. Today we're counting down the top 5 air filters for home HVAC, from budget-friendly basics to premium whole home performance, so it's easy to pick the one that actually fits your system, your allergies, and well, your sanity. Let's dive in. 5. Aerostar MERV 8. Starting off at number 5 is the Aerostar MERV 8. This is the classic workhorse filter, the kind you pop in when you want dependable dust and lint capture without overthinking it. In daily use, it does what it promises. It grabs the big, obvious stuff, lint, carpet fibers, pet hair tumbleweeds, and keeps the return grill from getting grimy too fast. If the goal is solid, no drama filtration for a busy household that doesn't want to babysit a filter every few weeks, MERV 8 hits a sweet spot. Now, feature-wise, MERV 8 is geared toward larger particulates like dust, pollen, and dander, and that makes it a solid pick for general air quality maintenance. The pleated design means it's not the fluff panel style. It has decent surface area and holds dust well relative to ultra-cheap fiberglass. In practice, you'll notice less dust resettling on furniture if you've been running an older, low-end filter. And it's easy on the blower. Airflow stays strong, which is nice if the system struggles with static pressure. But, and this is where we get a bit critical, if anyone in the home has moderate allergies or you care about smoke, fine dust, or smaller particles, MERV 8 just doesn't quite keep up. You might find yourself thinking, well, the house looks cleaner, but I'm still sneezing. That's the limitation of MERV 8. It's good, not great, for fine particulate capture. Number 4. UBeesize Reusable Electrostatic Air Filter. At number 4, the UBeesize Reusable Electrostatic Air Filter brings a totally different vibe. Washable, reusable, and built with an aluminum frame that feels more premium than disposable cardboard frames. It's designed to hold up over time, and the electrostatic media helps attract dust, pollen, and pet hair, so you're not just relying on brute force pore size, you're leveraging static charge to grab particles out of the airstream. On paper, it's MERV 8 territory, and in everyday use, it tracks like a good MERV 8. Noticeably cleaner grills, less visible dust drift, and a satisfying "I'm doing something greener" feeling with every rinse cycle. Here's what stands out. Durability and maintenance are actually pleasant once you get into a routine. You rinse it out with water, mild detergent if it's gunked, let it dry, and slot it back in. No midnight runs for replacement filters, no stacks of cardboard spares in the closet. The frame resists bending, which keeps the seal consistent and reduces bypass over time. And if you've got pets, the washable aspect is kind of addictive. Cleaning out that gray rinse water is gross, yes, but also weirdly satisfying. However, and I mean this in a loving, let's be honest way, washable filters demand discipline. If you forget to clean it, efficiency drops and airflow can suffer because the media loads up, and since you're not tossing it out, you can let it go longer than you should out of convenience. 3. Filtrete AC Furnace Air Filter. Number 3 is the Filtrete AC Furnace Air Filter. And if you've ever grabbed a Filtrete at a big box store, you know the brand's play. Tight, consistent quality, and their own MPR rating system that maps roughly onto MERV. In daily use, Filtrate's media feels like it catches more hang-in-the-air dust compared to basic filters. Those tiny flecks that shimmer in sunlight suddenly fade from your living room. It's the filter that makes spring cleaning feel less futile, and if you run forced air daily, the difference in dusting frequency is noticeable. Filtrate's mid to high MPR options, like MPR 1000+, step into the allergen control category, targeting smaller particles with greater efficiency than MERV 8 equivalents. For families with kids, pets, or frequent visitors, it's a comforting middle ground. Better air without stressing the HVAC as much as ultra-high efficiency filters might. It also tends to be widely available in common sizes, which, practically speaking, matters more than specs when it's filter change day and the HVAC is nagging. Now, with better capture comes a trade-off: higher resistance than a basic filter. If the system is older or the ductwork is restricted, you might hear the blower work a bit harder, especially as the filter loads up. The trick is to change it on time. Don't push the calendar just because it looks okay. When kept fresh, it's a really satisfying step-up filter that feels like a quality-of-life upgrade without the maintenance. 2. BNX TruFilter Air Filter MERV 13. At number 2, the BNX TruFilter MERV 13 brings real-deal fine particle capture into the 1-inch format. This is where homes with allergies, urban dust, or smoke concerns start to breathe easier, literally. In use, MERV 13 is where you notice less morning throat scratchiness, fewer sneezes after the HVAC kicks on, and that clean hotel room stillness in the air on good days. For a lot of households, this is the sweet spot of performance before jumping to dedicated whole-home purifiers or 4 to 5-inch media cabinets. The appeal is the efficiency to convenience ratio. It fits standard filter slots, upgrades capture of smaller particles, and when you stay on top of replacements, it quietly elevates the air quality baseline. The BNX construction feels robust, the pleats are well formed, and it doesn't shed or deform easily when you slide it in, small things that make maintenance less annoying. If pets plus pollen equals misery, stepping up to MERV 13 in a 1-inch can be a game changer. Caveat time: MERV 13 in a 1-inch thickness increases static pressure compared to MERV 8 or many MPR 1000 grade filters. On some systems, especially undersized returns or restrictive grills, you might trade a bit of airflow or efficiency if the blower can't compensate. Practically, that means replace it on schedule, consider checking your return setup, and listen for blower strain. When the system can handle it, though, the daily comfort benefits of MERV 13 are hard to give up. Number 1. AprilAire 213 Replacement Filter. Number 1 is the AprilAire 213 Replacement Filter, and it's a different class entirely, a MERV 13 deep pleat media made for AprilAire whole house air purifiers with a self-seal design to cut bypass and a 4 to 5-inch thickness that spreads resistance over a ton of surface area. In the real world, that means high capture without the airflow penalty you might see in a 1-inch MERV 13. It's the breathe, relax, forget about it for months filter. Quietly effective, long-lasting, and engineered to integrate with the cabinet so every cubic foot of air actually hits the media instead of sneaking around it. What stands out in day-to-day living is the consistency. Fewer dust motes and sunbeams, calmer allergy mornings, and a general sense that the house stays fresher between cleanings. AprilAire highlights up to 93% capture of airborne viruses that pass through the system, and while that's lab-conditioned language, the on-the-ground takeaway is excellent fine particulate performance at the whole home scale. The self-seal edging is a surprisingly big deal. It minimizes gaps where unfiltered air could bypass, which keeps results steady as the filter ages. Maintenance is refreshingly simple. Change every 6 months in most homes, more often if the environment is dusty or there are multiple pets. Because the media has more than 31 square feet of surface area, it holds a lot of debris before becoming restrictive, which helps protect the blower and keep energy use predictable. Final thoughts. Oh, and one last tip. Match the filter to the system's capability. Higher MERV isn't always better if it chokes airflow. But with the right fit, the right thickness, and a sane replacement schedule, the air at home can go from fine, I guess, to wow, that feels good. Your lungs will tell you when you've got it right.